Hey, Laura!
Hey, Colin. How you doing?
I was gonna say better than you, but honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Doesn't really sound like it, gotta be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm coming in hot with some energy. Speaking of hot, there's some food on the stove. I will provide context in a minute. I'm gonna have to pop away, I think, 2 times for about 1 minute at a time each, so I will keep that brief. But man, you just found out some fun news only moments ago. What's
just several hours ago, this wee morning on I'm gonna date this real hard, New Year's Day. I got the Rona. Fucking happened.
Yeah.
I feel decent. I mean,
yeah,
it could get worse. I don't know, but right now I feel okay. But I was feeling just a little bit weird this morning. Like I woke up with no voice, and I was like, "That's strange."
Yep.
And then I was just like going about changing Ellie's diaper and stuff, and then I had to cough, and like the cough felt weird, and I was like, "Oh no."
Oh no.
So I took a test, and it came back so fast that it was one of those rapid tests. As it went over the control, there's a sample in the control. As it went over the sample area, it just turned pink immediately. And I was like, maybe it's fucking backwards? I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It wasn't. I have COVID.
That is unfortunate. Where's my windows? There are my windows. Man, I gotta tell you, as far as I know, I still don't have it. I will say I went to a very busy grocery store yesterday. Downside is it was very busy, and I was like, oh my God. The upside, for the first time since March of 2020, I went to a public space and every single person was wearing a mask.
Whoa.
So I think everybody's realizing it's just a countdown at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I don't know a ton about Omicron. I'm going to assume that's what's hitting people because like all my fucking like fully vaxxed and boosted friends are getting it. And I'm just like, ee.
Yeah. It me. I mean, I just have to assume that I got it from work because Charles doesn't have it he at least doesn't have any symptoms. It's possible that he brought it home to me, but I don't know. It seems most likely that I got it from work. And a lot of my coworkers are succumbing.
Yep.
So I called work today and I was like, what did I say? Shit, it was funny. Oh, I said, I've been stricken.
It's kind of like sad that it happened this way because yesterday you were telling me like I feel like work just wants me to go in until I get sick.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what happened.
It is what happened. I want to be very specific because I had a feeling, I mean, obviously work is going to come up, but this is where it came from. I do not feel like my managers feel that way. I feel like whoever is dealing with the algorithm up above feels that way.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's like it's a top-down sort of thing because you are not I know several employees in several different stores, and the sentiment is basically just like sort of kicking the can down the road until, we're in crisis mode. But guess what? That's not how exponential growth works. Yeah. Once you notice there's a problem, it's already kind of too late.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they've been taking escalating precautions, but it just felt like they did it way too late. Yeah. Not even too slow. It happened really fast, but it was like a week ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... is what it is. Charles is in Cincinnati, so he's not home. It's just me and Ellie. And the thing right now, again, I feel like pretty much okay. I've got a little congestion. I've got a little bit of like a tightness or like a heaviness in my chest, but it's not like too bad. I'm coughing a little bit, but even that's like not too bad. I'm not particularly exhausted right now, so like I'm okay today. Can't guarantee that's going to last, but right for now it's fine. The thing I'm most pissed about at this exact moment is I was supposed to drop Ellie off at my father-in-law's today because I was supposed to work, and then I found out that I wasn't supposed to work, and so I was going to drop her off. He was going to make dinner. I was going to have to not clean a dish or cook anything. I was going to come home and have the house to myself and wake up whenever I wanted to tomorrow, and instead
oh my God,
I have to solo parent with COVID.
Which
is
sucks.
Not the same.
It's just so different. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, it's good to know that you're not getting hit too hard.
Yeah.
But like, I grieve for the potentially extravagant weekend you could have had.
I know. I was really gonna live it up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's sad. We need those moments.
Yeah.
I need those moments.
Yeah.
Oh man. I almost don't want to get too into it because in 1 minute I have to go dump some beans in a hot pan. And then I'll get right back into it. But like, the month started pretty fun. I don't really remember the beginning of this month, but like
the beginning of this month.
Yeah.
I think didn't we record in December for our December episode? Because I was in Princeton.
You might be right. Yeah. Hold on. I can actually check the date of the recording. Yeah, we did. We recorded this month, and I just, man, since that, the last week and a half, 2 weeks has been pretty crazy. So, okay, I guess let's start with this.
Well, don't you have to go stir your beans?
Yep, that's actually going to ring in 10 seconds. So I'm going to go stir my beans. I will be back in less than 1 minute, and I will leave in the silence as you hum and doot-de-doo to yourself, which is what I assume is going to happen.
Hum. Yeah, I'm just
Oh, no doot-de-doos?
Stick around on my phone.
Okay. I'll be right back.
I am timing this. It is 28 seconds into the minute, so if he's back after a minute, I'll be very upset. And just for Colin, because we are friends, doot-de-doo. Doot-de-doo. All right, now I'm going to go dig around.
That was a little over a minute. The couscous got a little hotter than I expected and stuck to the bottom of the pan, so I had to scrape it up and splash some water in there. Anyway, so what is it? Okay, things to pick up on from before. One, Ben and Adam, the fellows that run Uxbridge Shimoda LLC, told me I am not their full-time producer. I cried for many days, but they did say that they were very impressed with my edit, and they want me to join them as an associate producer for on-call edits and other things. And I was like, cool, I'll probably hear from them in a couple months. Wham, bam, the week of Christmas, they're like, can you turn around and edit in 2 days? And I said, yep. So that's fun. I got to do an edit for them. The episode is called Zora May Be Toobining. Zora could be Toobining.
I listened to it, and there was one, I meant to text you this, but I was listening to it when I was in bed falling asleep, and I don't remember, I just didn't. There was a point where you edited together Book saying, I love you, and Burnham saying, like...
Yeah, we're getting pretty tight now.
And I laughed at that. I really appreciated it.
I was, so my editing process was me asking, can I get a screener so I don't have to listen to you guys describe the episode before I watch it? And they said yes. So bucket list for me, I got to watch an episode of Star Trek early with a press screener.
That's awesome.
But that line, like, I took notes during my first watch of all the things I wanted to grab for the episode. Totally missed the potential for that. But as I was going through, I just happened to skim past that little bit, because what happens is Book says, I love you. Michael says, I love you too. And then she says, then they're talking about the cat. And she said, we're getting pretty tight with the cat. And I was just like, thank you so much, Michelle Paradise and the staff of Star Trek Discovery. You have granted me a gift.
Yeah.
I love you so much. But that was a joy and a privilege that took up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
Just as another freelance client was asking for me to turn around some edits, which I could, but, you know, 2 things at once, no big deal. Now, at the beginning of the month, I made some macaroni and cheese, which does not sound ominous.
It does not.
This macaroni and cheese landed Rebecca in the hospital.
That's what did it? Oh, no.
We're blaming it on the mac and cheese because it's funny.
Yeah.
She experienced a case of gastroenteritis, which is just, you know, her intestines were inflamed.
Yeah.
So had to take her to the ER on the day that we were going to record like 3 episodes of Dice Populi, and it was like the 3rd time pushing it already.
Yeah.
So had to literally I was off that entire week for Halo Infinite, which we'll talk about that too. I was off the entire week for Halo Infinite, and I only needed those 3 hours of work on recording. Any other time I could have done anything. I was just playing video games, and she had to go to the ER literally 15 minutes before we were going to start recording. And then at 10 p.m. when we were going to finish, she was like, you can just go home and leave me in the ER. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm venting my frustrations. The truth is, of course, I'm going to take care of, you know, the human being. That is more important. There's no question. But I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, the timing could have been better.
Timing could have been better. So that some of those recordings got pushed to, you know, the week when I'm doing these multiple edits stacked on top of each other.
Of course.
And then, of course, I have to try to help Rebecca nurse her back to health. She can't get around. She's pretty weak. She's not eating enough. So I'm making her stuff. Can't give her fatty foods. That's why we blame the mac and cheese, because we think fatty foods had something to do with this.
Okay.
At least triggering it. So big sad for her. I keep making very cheesy foods and she can't eat them. But I won't stop making cheesy foods. That's just mean. That's where, no, I'm not making cheesy foods at her. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not looming it over. I want to eat the food, so I'm going to eat it. So it's taking care of her a lot of the month, which I am not complaining about. That was just like another thing to add onto the plate. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she started getting better. Hooray, everything's good. My sister has not been doing very well for a while, health-wise. So we said, hey, come crash with us. We'll give you some food. We'll give you a place to, just some support. So you're not like on your own having trouble getting stuff. Just make sure that she's up and running. So basically, I finished the disco edit right before Christmas, picked her up right after Christmas. So Rebecca and I are sort of like helping her out, trying to like get in touch with the doctors, help her around the house and stuff. As I'm wrapping up all these other edits, and then Rebecca throws out her back during a workout. No. So on the day that we have even more recordings, 3 more recordings for Dice Populi, I have 2 people in the house on different floors. Neither of them can walk.
Oh my God.
And I'm just sitting here like, she's like, Colin, this is really bad timing. I'm like, hey, I know that. This has been a domino effect that began at the beginning of this month, technically middle of last month when we first pushed these recordings of people getting sick. And we finally got those out of the way. And now I've been stuck editing a lot of different things, running around, working out, doing laundry, going shopping for people. And I kind of haven't stopped. Yesterday, I forced myself to stay up for the ball drop and then immediately passed out.
Nice.
And today I woke up, took care of my sister. Rebecca's going to see her kids. I am cooking, editing, making bonus content, creating music, talking to you, getting my laundry. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah.
It's like no individual thing has been exceptional, but
it's a lot.
It's a lot. And it's weird because like I'm coming out of a phase of like mild burnout.
Yeah.
And so I have the energy to take care of these things, but I'm like, ooh, I don't know how long this is going to last.
Yeah.
Like I can do it. I'm having no problem going from task to task to task, but it's just been like a very busy, responsible month. There's just drama at work. There's trying to keep up on my video games, and it's just like, hey, man. Yeah. So you came at it with COVID heat, and then I was about to say you're doing better than I am, and then I thought about it, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm a little rugged. Feeling a little rugged.
I ended up like paring down what I did. We hosted Christmas this year, which ended up being very lovely. Everybody tested before they came in, so like it felt, fairly safe. I mean, work has been a lot. A lot of people are out. And we've been having to pick up a lot of slack. And there's been a lot of people in our operations team out. And so, like, I've had to do a lot of that work, which is fine. Like, I'd rather do that than some other stuff. But it's been, like, very busy. And then as they started slowing things down at work, it just felt like, so we do immediate deliveries. You can, like, order something.
Yeah.
And it'll get to you within 2 hours. There's a promotion going on where it's free right now.
Oh, that's dope, because that's usually like $9 fucking.
Yeah, which, like, if you're buying a $1,500 computer, like, what's another $10? But it's free, but that means, especially because we were limiting access, those were like going crazy. So we had to, like, basically it was a full-time job just to like pack those orders, and we had like nobody to do anything. So work has definitely been busy. I have not been doing like anything outside of work besides taking care of Ellie, which is good.
Yeah.
But she's just the best, so that helps a lot.
You've been sending me a lot of pictures of her, and like a lot of people say, if they're not your kids, you don't care about them. And a lot of times that's the case for me. These are delightful pictures of Ellie that you're sending. They're very nice. They're very cute. They're very fun. She's
just a fun kid. So I try to only send, like, the ones that I think people would appreciate. I did take one. Did I send you one yesterday? I don't think so.
Of her reading the book in the chair?
No, that was a very good one, though.
That was good.
Yeah.
She looked very, very determined to understand what she was looking at.
She has her own little baby-sized director chair. And so she was sitting in her director's chair reading the book Sharp Objects, which is about murdered teenage girls. So that's cute. She obviously cannot read yet.
Yeah, she's getting her ideas early.
But there was one I took of her outside yesterday, and I had her in like this like it's a like cream-colored tracksuit basically with hearts all over it.
Oh God, you've gone full New Jersey.
Yeah. Whoops. It was a gift, but it had a hood, and then I put her like colorful striped sweater on top of that, and her rain boots because it was kind of raining out. And she was standing by a bush, just kind of like looking at me for a little while, and with just like a complete blank stare. And it was very funny. So I will send you that, and hopefully it will bring you a small amount of cheer.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it back to you with like different captions of lines from The Sopranos.
Yeah. Did I show you the picture that I gave Charles for Christmas? I think I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I had somebody, she had like a really furrowed brow in one of her pictures that we got for Christmas pictures. And I had one of my coworkers Photoshop a burning house in the background of it. It was very funny.
It was fun. How did Charles receive that gift?
He liked it very much.
Yeah. That seems his speed for sure. Man, I'm telling you, that crowded store yesterday, like I was taking shallow breaths the whole time, but I walked out feeling like if I was going to catch COVID, I caught it in there for sure. Everyone was masked up, but like, I'm just saying this now because I'm getting chest pain and stuff and like sniffles. But here's the thing. I felt like shit anyway. I got like my allergies have like caused shit to happen with my tonsils. Ugh. So anytime that I'm talking to someone and they're describing the COVID experience to me, my body's like, what is every single possible sensation you have that could be COVID?
Yeah.
I think we have some tests. We have some tests around. So who knows? Maybe we could not just take our vacations at the same time by accident.
That's true. We did do that.
Take our infections at the same time by accident. Yeah. Wouldn't that be a delight?
It would be so delightful. The worst part about the timing for me in this getting COVID is that I'm out of work for 10 days, which is fine. Like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But on the 11th day, when I go back to work, was the week that we're not going to have childcare. And so we're cobbling together like a bunch of, like, Ellie's going to my father-in-law's, and one of my coworkers is supposed to come, but then he couldn't meet her because he got COVID. And then she's going to like go to my friends for 2 nights, and like all of that is happening. And if I'd just gotten sick, like next week, I could have just stayed home with her, and it would have been fine. And as long as I don't get like super symptomatic, like much easier.
Yep. God damn it.
It's dumb.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, again, as I described my December, it may not, I don't know how much it sounded like when I said it all out loud, but like.
It sounded like a lot.
If anything had happened like a week later.
Yeah.
You know, same thing. Just like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't do that. But hey, fun start to 2022 for you. Happy New Year's, baby.
Happy New Year's. I told my mom it's definitely, somebody delivered like a wine gift box to my house. Mm-hmm. And our babysitter signed for it because she wasn't really paying attention. It wasn't for us. It was for our address. It just wasn't for our self.
Yes.
But it's been sitting out there since before Christmas. And I was like, Charles, like, what do we do about this? He was like, we got to figure out how to send it back. And I was like, so you mean I have to figure out how to send it back? And I was like, working, because it was Christmas and I work at Apple.
Yeah.
And it just sat there for 10 days or whatever. And then he's gone.
That's the thing about wine is that it ages well.
Exactly.
So it might be time.
I opened it yesterday because it was New Year's Eve and I was by myself. And I was like, fuck. Like,
is that how you got COVID?
And that's how I got COVID.
Yeah.
I am sure it's karma for me opening somebody else's gift. I'm 100% certain.
Oh, no. 'Cause I would have thought that it was, because your husband was out of town and you felt so alone, you grabbed a random coughing stranger and said, I need to kiss you right now. And just open mouth absorbed their viral exhalation.
Yeah, so I'm wearing a mask today around Ellie, and I'm trying not to eat next to her and everything. But like yesterday, we did spend 10 minutes outside playing yell into each other's mouths game. So that's not a joke. She ate my mouth. So
I mean, that's I hate to say it. I keep saying I shouldn't compare my kids to my cats, but that's what Odo does to me. Yesterday, so another thing that happened this past month was I turned my workouts down from 60 minutes a day to 40 because my knees have been old. So I was just like, I'm going to try to take it easy. And I didn't tell you this on a recording. I got a yoga mat made of cork.
Yes.
And it's just, it's like, it actually helps with how sweaty I get.
That's great.
My hands just get so sweaty. So I've been using that, and I got new knee braces and everything. Knees are finally better. And yesterday I was like, I'm going to do a full 60-minute dealio, 60-minute workout. I was so sweaty at the end of it. I'm like on the floor trying to like do a cool down and like stretch stuff out.
Yeah.
And Odo was just like, I'm going to lick all this fucking sweat off you, dude. just like I'm literally in tabletop, like leaning forward, and he's like, it's just licking the whole side of my head, which I mean, like, is fun. But then I open my mouth, and he's just like, I guess I'll lick the inside of your mouth now. Okay. I'm like, that's fun. Hold on, I need to respond to a thing real quick.
That's basic.
It's so, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to address the elephant of the COVID of this, because like you've been calling it for a minute, and I'm just like, yeah. And if I get it, I gotta worry about Rebecca because she's got worse lung stuff than I do. I also did have to take my inhaler last night for the first time all winter, so that made me like, is it happening? But the inhaler worked, and the inhaler doesn't work when I'm sick.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, way back in, like, towards the beginning of this, Charles was like, it's not really a matter of, like, if you get it. It's really a matter of when. And that's been feeling more and more true recently. Obviously, this particular time frame has been quite bad.
Yeah.
In terms of the spread. So I'm very much hoping that, I've got my booster back in November, so it's been, like, quite some time. I'm hoping it's the Omicron, so, like,
because Omicron is like, it's more infectious, but like
less severe tends to be.
Yeah.
And I've been taking like multivitamins with vitamin D, which is supposed to like, higher vitamin D levels towards the beginning. We're supposed to blah, 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 less infection, easier time. So I am very much hoping that it stays mild.
Yeah, me too. But hey, maybe you'll be lucky. It'll pass in 2 days, and then you got another fucking free week off.
Yeah, I know. Listen, that's the dream.
That's the dream.
I started an HR claim to take a leave of absence, and god damn it, am I going to take one no matter what the circumstances.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. What are some of the good things that happened this past month? You had a lovely Christmas. Charles enjoyed your gift.
Yeah, actually, I did a really good job with Christmas this year. He got me like 4 or 5 small to medium sized things, which was nice. He got me some like really cool baking sheets, which was good. But I was nervous because like he had all this bulky stuff for me, and I had a 5x7-inch picture frame and a very small box. But that very small box had a Game Boy Advance SP that my friend modded out with a new LCD screen. And brand new battery, a purple clear case with a Gengar sticker on it that I installed myself.
That's a cool ass gift.
It's a really good gift. And like,
that's super cool.
There's an extra battery in there for like if and when the battery dies with a little screwdriver so we can replace it. Mm-hmm. Comes with a charging cable, a headphone adapter, like all that stuff. And then I got him a bunch of SP games. So I got 3 ROMs. Mm-hmm. 2 like not real Pokemon games and a Castlevania game. Oh, I got 2 Castlevania games, and then I got him the actual Kingdom Hearts game.
Was it Chain of Memories or whatever it was on the? Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
A fucking like modern Game Boy SP. That was the first console I ever bought myself.
Hey, nice.
Was a Game Boy Advance SP. I bought it for Metroid and Sonic, and the Metroid games on it are just they're so good.
Yeah. So I was a little worried that I wasn't going to be able to get any games for him because, like, apparently this is a very popular thing to be doing right now. So games are going both for a lot of money and very quickly.
Yeah.
But I feel pretty good about the ones that I got him. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
He was like, this is one of the best gifts you've ever gotten me. And I was like,
yeah, no, that's really good.
Yeah.
I would be stoked to see someone get that. That's such a cool bespoke thing.
I'll send you pictures. It's really dope.
Yeah, for sure. I think I got Rebecca an Apple TV that is not here yet.
Hey.
Love it. I ordered it weeks and weeks ago, and it's just not going to happen, dude. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. So, yeah, she got me some stuff, and I was like, hey, your thing's not here yet. It was good timing because she's still using, like, my old 3rd-gen Apple TV, so there's just, like, some shit she can't watch on it. It's getting worse and worse as apps drop support for it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, she's also starting to do Fitness Plus stuff, hence throwing out her back.
Yeah.
And
not as nice.
Well, it was. She admits it was her fault. She felt her back like tensing up and was just like, "I'm gonna power through it." And I'm like, Rebecca, anytime I say something like that about my workouts, you yell at me until I do the right thing. Take your own advice, please. But she's fine now. It was just like one day that her back was thrown out. But
That's good.
So I was like, let me get her somewhere so that she can do her Apple Fitness Plus on the TV. And then the Sex and the City sequel came out.
Hey, true.
And now she is A, watching that, B, rewatching that on her own, and C, rewatching it with me also. Because I've never seen Sex and the City. And guess what app is not on that Apple TV?
No.
HBO Max.
Yeah.
So I had already ordered it, and then she started needing HBO Max, so she's borrowing my TV all the time. And I'm like, I know that this is a very Colin-y gift, as in it's like, it's not very bespoke. It's very based in a practical thing, and it's just like a tech thing.
Listen.
But like, it hits the target right here.
Yep.
So she's very happy about that, and I'm very happy that I can still use my Apple TV when she wants to watch.
Yeah.
Not Kim Cattrall, because Kim Cattrall is not in the... This is the only thing I've seen Kim Cattrall in besides Star Trek 6. And man, if there is not a big difference between her characters in Star Trek 6 and Sex and the City,
it's the same person.
It's it looks the same, but like I just keep getting the line, hence the word sabotage. Stuck in my head whenever she's like talking about getting railed by some dude.
Unrelated to Kim Cattrall, but related to characters that are different and surprising. Have you watched Encanto yet? The new Disney movie?
I have not. I thought about it, and I watched the trailer for it because I was like, hey, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's supposed to be pretty good. And all the music in the trailer was a 4-chord song, and I'm like, I am just not interested, and I flipped away.
You should watch it. It's really cute.
It's very good?
I really liked it. I watched it. I started watching with Ellie the other night, and then Charles and I finished it after Ellie went to bed because we both enjoyed what we had seen so much. And then, of course, Ellie, having all of the memory of a 1.5-year-old, had to finish it the next day. So I watched the second half of it again.
The main character is Stephanie Beatriz, right?
Yep. Yeah. And so she's like so different from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But it's funny because after Charles was like, oh, it was Rosa. And I was like, oh. And then watching the second half with that information, like, of course it is. Yeah. Like, you could really tell. But there's many parts where she's like, I mean, obviously not Rosa, but
she was what was she in that I watched this year also? In the Heights. She was in that music, also Lin-Manuel Miranda. She was in the live action, but
I haven't seen In the Heights yet.
It was good. I liked it a lot. It was really good. But yeah, I just remember because I've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine since it came out because I was like, this show's gonna be awful, and then I watched it. I'm like, wait, this is good.
I really liked it,
and it just gets better and better and better as the show goes on.
Yeah,
and I think it was maybe around season 6 or 7 that I found out that Rose's voice is not Stephanie Beatriz's voice. And I was just like scouring the internet for interview clips of her speaking in her natural voice.
It was so surprising.
Yeah. And then here's the thing. If you go back and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine season 1, her voice is not that deep. Like, she's not doing that.
I believe it.
So it was a little weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Encanto's on my radar. I might check it out.
I mean, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I really enjoyed it. Charles said he almost cried several times.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yep.
I
almost
bawled
cried.
my fucking face off in the last bit of it.
I almost cried at the Halo Infinite campaign.
I've heard that many times too. I have gotten exactly 35 minutes into it, so you know.
I'll say I just impressions of it. I mean, excellent. Halo Infinite's great. It's a really fucking good video game. The fact that it went through 6 years of development hell with a ton of problems and terrible showcases and is now like top 5 in like a bunch of Game of the Year lists.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Especially after everybody fucking shit all over Halo 5, rightfully so in a lot of ways, but like it's really good.
Yeah.
But like it's weird. I've completed the campaign twice now, once on Heroic, once on Legendary. I got to go back and get the rest of the collectibles, but like what 343's Halo games have did very well in Halo 4 anyway is the relationship between Chief and like one or two ancillary characters. Very, very strong. Very, very good at writing that, which is part of the frustration with Halo 5, which is they just failed to do any of that.
Yeah.
Most of the game was on other characters that were not interesting, and we got like 5 minutes of Chief being cool. This game is all like every 5 minutes is a line like, Chief, how do you know it's not a trap? I don't. What are you going to do? Finish the fight. Yeah. Like, it's just like halfway through the campaign, I was like, are you going to say a complete sentence like at all? But I think the character stuff is really strong in this game. Like the other 343 Halo games, I think they drop the ball on the complex world stuff a little bit. It's weird because the game design, once you get into some of the Forerunner shit, you're going to be like, I feel like I'm in a new Halo 3. I like it. They really evoke and evolve on those old visual styles very well. Okay. It's not the most visually stunning game that I've played recently, but it's so moody. I forgot how moody Halo was. 343's Halo games were not very tonal, and like you're gonna walk around here, and even if you're doing nothing, like it's gonna feel like you're in a place. It's gonna feel like you're on a thing that is interesting.
Nice.
And it's good. It's very good. I'm only excited about what's coming next. It's
very good.
It's really good. The game needs more guns, though. There's only like 20 guns. And when a campaign takes you like 20 hours to get through, you need more guns than that.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
We both did also watch a movie called The Matrix Resurrections.
Oh, we did.
I don't know if you have any thoughts on that are worth discussing.
I mean, I think you and I texted about this a little bit, so this will be not new for you. But we watched it in 2 sittings, which is my fault because I got really tired and had to fall asleep.
I also did too. I try so hard not to do that.
Yeah,
but I had
I
to.
feel like it was not the right choice because we really enjoyed the first half, and then we stopped right when they got to the what was it, IO? I think they called
IO.
The city.
Yeah.
And
Spoiler
we were both.
Alert.
Oh yeah. I mean, whatever. We're talking about it.
Whatever.
And we were watching the general or whatever, and commenting on like how her old age makeup is absolute garbage. And then I was like, I gotta go to bed. So we went to bed, and then we kept up, and it was just a bad second half.
Which is, so, again, spoilers for Matrix Resurrections. The second half, I think what really took the wind out of my sails for a lot of the movie, aside from, I agree the middle bit in IO sort of tanks the pacing and doesn't explore the interesting parts of going to IO, which is like the sentience.
Right.
But, what really took the wind out of my sails is that the action was less stunning. Like, not even like, and they even reference this in the movie, because the movie is incredibly meta, which is part of why it's so divisive. Like, it is extremely aware of what it is.
I really liked the meta in the first half.
Same. I felt like it totally was part of, like...
Yeah.
The Matrix is so ingrained in pop culture, you can't make a Matrix movie, which is inherently about the problems with modern culture, and not address that.
Right.
And I thought it was very fun. But they address, like, how do we reinvent this one more time?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't expect them to, but I do expect them to meet the level of action that they had before. And I don't think they did, which I think has a lot to do with the fact that your actors are 20 years older.
Yeah.
Like, Keanu Reeves is still doing John Wick, but, like, the kind of movement he does in John Wick is not the kind of movement he did in the original Matrix.
Right.
And I feel like that's not something on the directors, that's not on the actors. I feel like that's on the stunt coordinators
There was definitely
look at
a couple
say,
fights.
Like, build.
Yeah. There were some fights where I was like watching them be coordinated. Like I could see them being like, okay, and then hold your punch right here. And I was like, ugh.
Which, you could see the movement. And in the original Matrix, even the moments you can see that, it is so fluid or visually interesting that it doesn't matter.
It's like, it's like a split second instead of like 1 full second of being like, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made a big difference.
Like, and because you have such like vital action performances, the slow-mo just emphasizes what's good about it. And these fights were a lot more choppy and hard to follow and less expansive.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, on a second watch through, I feel like I would enjoy it even more because I'd watch it all in one sitting.
Right.
And the second half has like a fucking machine heist. That was pretty fun.
My biggest problem with it is that they didn't run into a single hiccup. They were like, this is going to be the most difficult thing we've ever done. We're going to do this crazy thing. And then like there were visuals of it. And like halfway through, I was like, Charles, is this them like showing us what it's going to look like or what it's actually happening? He's like, I don't know. Because it felt like it was too easy. Like they made it set up as like this big problem that's going to be like so difficult. And then like,
I will say that is a problem in the original Matrix as well. But the original Matrix does do a better job of making you feel like Neo got backed into a corner. And like really had to fight his way out and that was like the culmination of his character journey. And I don't feel like the character journeys were quite as clear this time around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
I super enjoyed it. I will say, I think the new Agent Smith was really good.
Loved him. I love the guy that did the new Morpheus.
Yep. I was expecting to be a little meh about Morpheus, and I also wanted him to be more. I enjoyed it a lot.
That actor's been in a few other things I've seen. He was in Watchmen as, spoiler alert for the 2019 Watchmen, he was Dr. Manhattan. He had a bit part in Handmaid's Tale. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Like he's starting to go places. He's in a new Michael Bay movie coming out with Jake Gyllenhaal. This guy's good.
Yeah.
And she played Colleen Wing. Jessica Henwick is her name, I think, who played Bugs, the blue-haired chick. Mm-hmm. I thought she was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked a lot of the movie, but it stumbled in a lot of ways that like it doesn't feel like the same kind of stumbles as Matrix 2 and 3, but it does not hit the highs of Matrix 1.
Yeah.
No. But it's fun. I like it. It's a good movie.
I will definitely
Neil
watch
Patrick
it again.
Harris.
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris did great.
So I have a question for you. Rebecca's interested in seeing it, but I showed her the first Matrix for the first time recently. So she has not seen 2 and 3. I'm not excited to show her 2 and 3 because, like, you know.
It's been so long that I don't even remember anything about them.
It's the one where Smith comes back as a rogue AI and he takes over everyone, and then he comes in the real world, and then they have to fight the machines in the real world and fight Smith in the Matrix. That didn't even make any sense. Never mind. I'm going to stop trying to explain it. It was a mess. They're messy movies. Yeah. But, like... I think I wanted to see the movie first to see if she would like get enough out of it without having seen the second two. And I think she will. I think she will.
If she saw the first one, I think it's fine.
Yeah. This speaks to the first one so directly. Yeah. Like this does the soft reboot thing while fully acknowledging it's doing the soft reboot thing.
Yeah. I gotta be honest with you.
Are you fading?
I'm super fading.
Yeah, man. I have one last question.
Okay.
Did you see Spider-Man?
No, but I've heard it's really good.
Okay. Has it been spoiled for you?
It has not.
Okay, cool. I will say nothing.
Say nothing.
That would be fun. That would be fun to talk to you about.
Yeah, it might be a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I always go see movies in IMAX preview, and in COVID, that's been a godsend because nobody goes to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm like 50 feet away from the nearest person with my mask on. This theater was crowded. It was crowded, and Rebecca had not seen, because we have the villains from the Tobey and Garfield movies, and she had not seen any of those 5 movies beforehand, and she walked out like, that was great. So
nice.
I felt good about that.
Good.
But yeah, I cannot believe that we came out of that without getting infected. Maybe we're invincible. I'm gonna go cough on some people and see what happens.
Maybe you need to go lick some coughing people. That'll really tell you whether or not you're invincible.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a Laura New Year's stunt and go just.
Yeah.
Grab the nearest coughing man I can find.
Seems wise.
Every night at midnight until I catch it. That's a true fairy tale for the 80s.
That sounds terrible. There was a meme out there that I saw a couple weeks ago that was like, for everyone who has dodged all of, COVID and its variants, and it was Neo holding his hand up with all the bullets stopped.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to find it because I was like, so far. But now I got one. I got hit.
You got hit. And now it's like the Matrix bit where he did the dodge, and he dodged most of the bullets, but you got nicked by that last one.
Exactly. Yeah.
You fell right on your back.
Yeah, right on my back.
I hope it's not that bad. I also hope that these sharp pains I'm feeling right now are not paranoid pains that I get all the time.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
Well.
I mean, yeah.
What are
you going to do? It's been a fucking December and a half.
It sure
for
has.
both of us, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I sincerely hope that when we talk again on mic in a month, nothing happens.
Yeah, we're gonna be like, wow, this month was super boring. Let's just talk about like the thing we watched most recently.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Star Trek Discovery season 4, really strong so far. One or two turkeys in there.
Yeah,
love where it's leaving off, but
yeah. All right, I gotta go.
All right,
I'm gonna go make tea and I don't know, lie here like a lump.
Yep. I'll let you get to it. I'm gonna go tidy up the kitchen and eat some of that food and see if my sister needs anything.
Sounds great.
Wahoo!
All right.
Bye, Laura.
Bye,
Feel
Colin.
better.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
How You Doing is a Common Geeking Program production. starring Laura Becker and Colin Ketchen, with editing and original music by Colin. You can see and hear more at the website podfriend.pizza, or follow HousePod on Instagram for a real-life look at their friendship. If you enjoy the show, spread the love. Tell a friend, share your favorite episodes, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Colin and Laura will talk to you again on the first Monday of every month. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.
Come and meet